Hi, welcome. My name's Mare Cromwell, and I'm a Gaia communicator, Gaia priestess, healer, and author. And I am so overjoyed to be doing this interview with my very, very, very good friend, Cornelis Jan Cuperus, who lives in the Netherlands, in the Friesland area on the North Sea. And Cornelis is going to be teaching on, the topic is on Danu, a Celtic priestess, and the High Elves, because they have asked that we do this. Cornelis is an amazing nature spirit, mystic, healer, wizard, and herbalist. Cornelis was born with the exceptional gifts, highly, highly exceptional gifts of working so closely with the nature spirits. He could see them and communicate with them very clearly from the moment he was born, along with the trees, all sorts of multidimensional beings that he works with. And I've fallen in love with this man. I really have. He's become a very deep, true friend very quickly. And we just did a webinar in February called Reconnecting with the Nature Spirits, to co-create our new earth, which is available, by the way, as a package. The link will be in the text below this video. And he and I are also co-leading a retreat in October in the Netherlands on Ameland Island called Ancient Codes for Loving Up Our New Earth. We're not going to focus too much on the retreat right now and what that's about, but the link for all that will be in the text below. So Cornelis is very blessed, and of course been guided to marry his partner, his husband, and they helped to co-run, along with his husband's parents, a rehabilitation center for wildlife called the Pits. And I'm not good in Dutch, so I'm probably not saying that right. So without much more ado, we have an entire council of High Elves, and Danu is with us, along a whole group of other nature spirits. They're waiting for us to launch into this. So I'm going to pass this over to Cornelis and say, Cornelis, please teach us about Danu and the High Elves, because this is the time with the birthing of the new earth for them to have more people know about them.
Thank you. Yes, Danu, she is one of the Celtic goddesses, and she was an earth mother very long ago, before Mother Gaia. And her children are the High Elves. And she has more children. They're also called the Tuatha De Danann. And these High Elves have recently been coming more and more, and they came with messages together with Danu. And these messages are about the new earth being birthed. And we haven't been able to be connected with them for a very, very long time. Of course, there are exceptions, but for most people, they were invisible. You couldn't hear them and see them. And now they are coming back. And at first I saw this image of Danu wearing this beautiful big brown cloak, and under this cloak were all these elves. And they were stepping forward like through a portal into this realm. And they were talking about how they are overjoyed with the opportunity to reconnect with us humans again. And they have been longing to do so for a very, very long time. And they
Cornelis, may I ask a question here?
Yes, sure.
When did you see this? Was it a couple of months ago of them emerging with Danu?
Yes, a couple of months ago, yes.
Okay, and where were they? Can you tell us where they were?
Where they came from, you mean, or?
Well, they were in hiding, they were in retreat, they were somewhere else.
Yes, you could see it as another dimension. It's a higher frequency. Maybe you've heard of the island of Danu. It's a mythical island in Irish mythology. That's their home. And it's also earth-based, but it's in a higher frequency.
Kind of like Shambhala.
Yes, basically, yes. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And because the energies are getting more and more aligned with each other, those worlds are becoming visible for us. And
we're rising up to those energies. Are their energies dropping down to us, or we're rising up to theirs?
We are rising, but sometimes they do lower themselves a little bit.
And there's just
to help us.
fight us back.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, go
Yes.
ahead. This just were key questions.
And these high elves, they actually stood at the beginning of our life on planet Earth. They were here before the humans were here, and when we, as human beings, first appeared, they were our teachers, and they taught us about the workings of nature, how everything is connected to everything, how there is love flowing through everything, and everything is in service of each other, stuff like that. And we humans, we learned from the elves. We learned how to live on this planet, how to live in harmony with everything.
So if there are high elves that have been on this spiritual sort of dimensional island, then what about, it kind of implies there are lower elves.
Yes. I wouldn't say lower as in you know, maybe lower in frequency, but there are other elves. These are the oldest ones. The other elves are like descendants from these elves.
The high elves are the oldest ones.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And they're, you could say, they're closest to source in their energy.
That's very high.
It's very high, yes. It's also the land of the unicorns.
So they came from another planet then?
Yes.
Do you want to, are they okay if we talk about that? Because I know you're talking with them right now.
Yes. It's not really important for now, they say, because they really want to talk about reaching out to the people who are here right now in this rebirthing process. And it's quite an exciting time to be alive. And I know it can feel a bit uncomfortable for people at times, because everything is turning new. The old ways are not working anymore. And if you feel lost or insecure, or you don't really know what to do, you can reach out to them. You can ask them for help. You can go into a meditative state and ask the high elves or Danu or both to come and assist you and guide you and teach you. They would love for you to open up to them. And as you are opening up to them, your frequency will get higher too. You will get more and more aligned with who you truly are and with your truest essence.
And they probably want us to, I'm envisioning there's kind of like, if you talk about opening a door to start to work with them, how would you suggest we open that door? I mean, I already kind of know the answer because I do work with the nature spirits, not as closely as you do. But what can we do to open that door? I mean, can we gift them with anything? What is?
Gifts are always appreciated.
Okay.
The high elves particular, so I'm talking about specifically them right now, they really love clear quartz, clear crystal, and rainbow colored things, and white, also white in their energy. You can give them with other things too, but if you make it white or clear, like clear quartz, or with bells, anything which is frequency raising, you could say, would be a nice gift to help.
And go ahead.
And if you're at home and you think, well, I would love to be connected to these high elves, and I would love to work with them more closely. One of the ways which can be helpful if you go into a meditative state is when you go to your heart center, and you can visualize a door there and step through that door. It's a really easy way to connect with them.
So in other words, really shift into feeling the love for them, as opposed to thinking kind of on an intellectual basis. I mean, for a lot of people these days, it's first realizing that they are real and they exist and they're in another multidimensional space. And then from there, offering them love. and gratitude for everything
Mm.
they've done for so long, because what they've done, there must be things they want us to know. I'm feeling from them right now because I'm kind of hearing them, but not as clear, I think, as you do. What do they do for Mother Gaia and the planet? There's work they do. There are things they do. I don't like to use the word work. There's ways they dance and play and move energy.
Yes, they're caretakers in a way, but also communicators. They are teachers to newer beings, you could say, who haven't been here for as long as them, because they are really in tune with life. For them, there is no separation. The illusion of separation we have created for ourselves, that just doesn't fly in their world, because they see things for how it is. And what they're also saying, they've repeated it like 4 times now, so I guess I should say it. When you find us, you find yourself. And,
so
and
question, go ahead.
they're talking about your spirit, your higher vibrational self.
Wow. So they're teachers of new beings, you said. What do you mean by, what do they mean by new beings? Or what is that?
Well, for instance, ages ago, when we first came to be on this planet, they taught us.
Have they taught have they taught other elves, other nature spirits too, since they're so ancient?
Yes. And most of the elves consider themselves as, well, you could say children of the High Elves. They are like the ancestor of all the elves.
Wow. Wow. And so they really live in the oneness then.
Yes. Yes.
And that's where we're headed with the new earth being birthed, with
yes.
as some people call it, the ascension.
Yes.
So they're coming back to help teach us how to shift into the oneness.
Yes.
Whoosh. Thank you, guys. We need all the help we can get. So what about gardening?
Gardening?
There must be a big invitation from them to work with the plants. I'm feeling this, please play with the plants.
Yes, and once again, it's all about love. Loving your plants, loving your garden, loving the piece of earth you're taking care of, because your garden is your little piece of responsibility of the whole. And it makes such a big difference, even when you're in the middle of a city or anywhere. If you love up your space, if you take care of your plants, and it doesn't have to be perfect or anything, but to just do it with happiness, do it with love, do it with joy, and feel grateful for everything that's growing there or blooming there. And you can also accept them as gifts. When you're working lovingly in your garden and something starts to bloom there and really shine, and you feel it, you know it when it happens. Accept that as a gift for you.
And this is absolutely huge, though, for those who live in really urban areas. For anybody watching this who lives in the heart of a city where, you know, if you're lucky if you have maybe a railing or a window that looks out in the sun, having any kind of plant there or anything on a balcony that is a plant is healing for the energies of the city when you love up that plant, because it's a place for the nature spirits, the elves, to come in and bless it.
Yes, you're making a difference when you're doing that.
Yeah, all these people that do urban gardens, I would love to have them all watch this video and learn about the nature spirits, because it's just, yeah, it makes your garden so much more high vibrational, so much more love when you work with them. This is speaking from years of experience with them. So if they appear to anybody, what will they look like? Do you have a sense of that?
To me, they are the tallest of the elves. They're quite tall and lean. I often see them with really bright blue eyes, sometimes green, sometimes gray, and really fair skin, pale skin.
Are they as tall as people?
maybe not as the tallest human being, but yes, in general.
And their hair, do they have hair?
I see blonde ones right now, but also brown, and I see some red tones, mostly blonde and light brown.
Hmm. I get the feeling they like good jokes too. I don't know where that came from. I think I just got that message from them. So if you like to tell really bad jokes or good jokes, take away. So any kind of silliness feeds them, doesn't it?
Yes. Anything, and it's all about love and joy. When you play music, when you garden, when you decorate your house, when you're intentionally making things pretty or beautiful or clean or fresh, those are the things they really love. Yes.
So is there anything else that they really want us to bring forward for them right now?
It's time to do it. They're really excited. Just put the word out and ask us, connect with us.
And then a question, and thank you guys, because this is going to go on YouTube, and Cornelis and I are going to broadcast this, and we're going to ask everyone we know to broadcast this. Is there anything Danu would like to share with us right now?
This is it, she says. I'm feeling a lot of love and gratitude from her. And she is protecting the process, so to speak. She's safeguarding it, making sure everyone, especially when you're working with these higher energies, it connects you to your own higher selves. Yourself, I would rather say that your higher self, because it is you. She will help you when you feel vulnerable, when you're in lower densities in this earth. It's not going to last that long, those lower densities. She's really safeguarding you and protecting you, and she can be a safe haven for you and for the elves as well.
Mm.
When you feel the need for some nurturing or some loving, or when you're feeling scared or vulnerable or beaten up, or old pains are surfacing, because that also can happen.
Oh yeah, and it's happening big time for all of us sensitive, because the way the energies are shifting on the planet. So she really does embody the Earth Mother compassion and heart energy, because Mother Gaia will do the same for us. Mother Gaia will hold us and be there for us and protect us when we really call on her. But we do need to call on them, don't we? We can't just assume it's going to happen.
No, please ask them. Yes.
Yeah, because this is how it works. We need to ask them. They're not going to come in willy-nilly on their own, because that's like universal law. They'll only come when we ask.
Yes.
And be with us. And the more we ask, the deeper the relationship will go. That's so beautiful.
Yes.
And that's the same with asking and working with the High Elves then, or any of these nature spirits. We need to ask and open the door and keep on going through the door, to the point where we're on the other side of the door, living with them like you are.
There isn't a door anymore.
Which is what the New Earth is about. There are no doors to these other realms that are so beautiful and high vibrational and filled with so much love. Wow. So question for you, my friend. I think we're going to wrap this up really quickly. Do you have any events coming up that you want people to know about? Your website will be in the text below, Cornelis' website. So if you want to learn more, but do you want to announce anything? And you can even say it in Dutch if you want, for all your Dutch friends.
Well, for the coming, I'm sorry?
You do webinars, so people could be English speaking or whatever. Anyway, whatever you feel like announcing.
For the coming period, I only do one-on-one nature spirit ceremonies, because we are not allowed to work in groups. But as soon as that is going to change, then the agenda is going to fill up with group events again. But I still go out, and when someone feels the calling, you're very welcome to join me, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
And you are in Motorgat,
Yes,
on the North
Friesland.
Sea, Friesland.
Yes.
So for those who are in that part of Europe, that's where Cornelis is based. And yeah, and so for those who are interested in some of my work, I'm going to be teaching a Sacred Earth Changes, Sacred Gardening webinar in June, where I'm going to be talking about the earth changes that are going on right now from Mother's angle, Mother Gaia's angle, and then teaching sacred gardening practices, which partly we talked very briefly about here within this conversation, this interview. But again, Cornelis and I are doing a retreat at the end of October, the 22nd through the 25th, on ancient codes for loving up our new earth. And it's going to be a party, and it's going to be
Yes.
downloads. And both he and I have received ancient codes from our various spirit teams, Mother Gaia, the nature spirits, that it's time for the humans to wake up to again, so that we can fully birth this new earth that's coming in all its beauty and love and glory and harmony and peace and chocolate and all the good stuff. And yeah, and again, if anyone's interested in the webinar that we did in February, it's available to purchase as a package. There were so many spiritual activations, and it was just amazing what came forward with your spirit team, all the nature spirits. So I want to send a huge amount of love and gratitude to Danu and the High Elves who have come forward this morning, today, to support us with this interview, because the energies have been very, very high, both around you, Cornelis, and around me. So know that they asked us to do this. It's amazing and so humbling to work with these beautiful ones and to be asked to do this services work for them. So love you guys, all of you who are here in my space and around Cornelis, and love and hugs to everybody who's watching this. And yeah, any last thing you want to share?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
You're good. Now it's time for some tea with the nature spirit councils who are still hanging out. All right. So